Alright, so there's a lot of different tricks you can use to kind of get what you want, and I don't really care how you end up getting to where the painting is when it's finished. It doesn't matter to me. So if you take shortcuts, go for it. At the end of the day, it's the product at the very end of the finish line that counts. So, for the technique I'm going to show you today, you're going to need a surface, you're going to need paper that you can use as your transfer, and you're going to need oil pastels, and then a pencil. First things first, let's go ahead and choose a color. Might as well just do orange. So what you want to do is today I want to transfer this fucking silly looking square motherfucker right here. What I want to do is kind of see the size that he is here. There we go. Fold that over. So now I see about how big he is. And just cover it up. So, okay, so now we have this sort of block of color. I think I'm going to go in and do another color, just reinforce it. Put a little bit of red on there. Alright, so now I have my big old blob of oil pastel here. And these are very, very cheap oil pastels. You can pretty much get them anywhere. And I've got my image. And there's no point of me having to put the image underneath there, except for just I wanted to kind of gauge out how big I would need to do it. Next thing that you want to do is take this, so that the side that you just applied all that oil pastel to is face down on the surface. So the surface that you want to be able to do the transfer on, this right here. So now what you want to do is go in, and what could help also is if you aren't steady and you want to make sure it's as steady as possible, you can tape the edges. I'm not going to do that now because I really just don't give a fuck, but you know what? I will do it. I'll do it. Okay, I guess I give a little bit of a fuck. Anyway, so the reason that you want to use a pencil, I guess you could use a pen as well, is because now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and trace. And you really want to make sure you're pushing down into it, because what's going to happen is you're going to leave that oil pastel. It's going to kind of leave a little bit of a relief underneath. And it's just light. The reason I like this method, even though I don't really do this method very often, but it's a fun trick to do. The reason it's nice is because you don't leave like any sort of graphite mess behind. If you're wanting to do an oil painting, for instance, you can just get right into the oil painting. Alright, and so, as you can see, gone with the pencil and kind of just traced over the main areas. I have not done that graceful of a job, but it doesn't really matter that much. This is just really for a basic sketch under transfer. I don't need to be too serious with it. Anyway, so as you see, you peel off, what you have underneath is the transfer. And it's pretty basic. I didn't put too much time or effort or detail into the transfer at all, but it's a pretty simple, easy, fun way to be able to get an image from one place to another, all from scratch. Now, one of the benefits to giving a shit, I suppose, and taping is that you can just kind of set this, like, see how that arm right there, if I wanted to define the edge of the arm a little bit more, you can kind of just go in and really just basically just put a little something there. That way you can see exactly how it works. And you'll notice that the stuff here can blur kind of easily and smear and smudge. So if you want to prevent that, after applying, you can go ahead and use just some Workable Fixative. You can get this anywhere. This is a matte fixative from Blick. And just kind of spray it on. Another thing that works, actually, Hairspray. Hairspray will do the exact same thing. So some people prefer that. It doesn't smell as bad. If anything, it smells pretty good. So spray that on there, allow time for it to dry, and you should be good to go. Now, just for the hell of it, I guess I'll start painting this a little bit too, just so you guys can see the full process. what I like to do, I always work, well, not always, you know, rules are meant to be broken, but for the most part, back to front. So I'll go in and kind of fill out the background. I'm just gonna take a bunch of this good old disgusting green here. What's the name of it? Disgusting green. You can find it at a 99-cent store near you. Just kidding. It's actually a pretty expensive paint color combination. I believe this is cadmium yellow, permanent green light, and perhaps a touch of viridian. But again, I might be wrong. Who knows? Color mixing when you first start painting, it's very important to remain aware as to what colors you're using. But when you get to the point when colors just start to come out of your tubes and plop onto the palette and you end up getting what you want, you know, then you don't have to worry about it so much. What you need to end up worrying about is how you're going to buy more paint when that paint runs out. Alright, so so I've just about covered most of the background with this solid gunkily gunk green here I made, which is nice. Maybe I'll add a little bit of when it gets closer to the front, put some white. Have it turn a little bit. You know, actually I got a little bit of a cad green here too. Maintain some of that chroma so it doesn't get too washed out. There we go. That way we have a nice little gradient going on here in the background. And maybe we can kind of have that take place throughout. I don't want to go too much into the details of the background. I want to keep it kind of basic and blurry. Because what I want to focus more on in this painting, for what it's worth, is this silly little square plebeian man right here with his sunglasses from this random ass catalog that I just so happen to have. Alright, so next thing that we're going to do, when I paint flesh tones specifically, or portraits, really anything, figures, I like to start by breaking things down first into 3 different mother colors. What I mean by mother color is just kind of the, you know, average of every color within a specific area. So if you blur your eyes, kind of like just squint at it, and find 3 different tones. Your darkest tone, that appears in a couple areas, your middle tone, and then your lightest tone. So you want to mix 3 different colors. I've already kind of mixed some right here. So I like to do back to front and dark to light. So let's go ahead, start putting in. See where we have some darks here, dark right there. Go ahead. Now at this point, it's almost just like filling in, painting with numbers almost. Just start to fill in different areas. And look at this fucker here. What's his name? I feel like his name would be like Kevin or Gregory or something. He's that one douchebag that your great aunt remarried after Uncle Flim died, and now fucking Kevin here at the family reunion trying to talk to you about AC/DC. You don't fucking give a shit about AC/DC. Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. God, I hate you so much, Kevin. So, for the base of the hair, just lay that down. For all we know, Kevin might be using Rogaine. I painted in thick for him. Give Kevin some hair here. Not bad, not bad. Okay, maybe go in and start to reinforce some of those darks again now that we just have this tone. It's always when you got a color, or when you have it on your brush, you know, and it could go somewhere, always look throughout the canvas and see if there's anywhere that you could place that color that's currently loaded on your brush before you clean off your brush, because, hey, waste not, want not. Alright. Right, Kevin? Alright, guess the next thing that we should do is kind of adding this bulk of blue back here. I'm just going to use my favorite blue, phthalo blue. Such a gamsel. Just lie down that main big solid blue body. Could be nice and gentle and go in and try to do all the darks and shadows and folds and stuff like that, but I'll come back in later. Or I mean, I would normally go back in later and do it. Right now, I'm just trying to make a quick painting of fucking Kevin. He does not deserve this painting. I'll tell you what, he doesn't really deserve much of anything. I know for a fact right now, he's on Grindr looking for the local tail to cheat on your Aunt Judy with his, he's got a dark secret, a dark gay Kevin secret. He just fucking loves getting plowed in the anus. That's right. This is taking a different turn than I initially expected it to. But yeah, that's right. You know what? Uncle Kevin, he's gay, okay? He's closeted, he's gay, and he you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna get on your Grindr, okay? Not that you're gay or anything, but you're gonna get on your Grindr and you're gonna catfish Uncle Kevin, okay? You're gonna get on there and you're gonna make Uncle Kevin think that you're just some young boy that, you know, isn't you're the nephew, and you're just gonna catfish the shit out of him and trap him, okay? Trap him, and he's gonna show up to whose house is it he's showing up to? He's gonna be showing up to his own house right in the backyard. And who's gonna be there waiting for him? It's gonna be you and Aunt Judy, and then frickin' Kevin's gonna have some splaining to do, all right? And you know what Kevin's gonna have to do? He's gonna have to put on these shady sunglasses. Because that's the only way Kevin's getting out of this one. He's gonna be like, I'm so confused. Wait, Kevin, me? No, I'm not Kevin. I'm just sunglass dude. Basically, sorry, that kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but you know, doesn't matter. What matters is that mother freaking Kevin here is pretty much completely straight. Look at that. In a couple seconds, we went from oil pastel and paper, blank, nothing, to freaking chillin' Kevin here at the family reunion. I mean, what are you gonna do about that? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. You know what? Fuck you, Kevin. Fuck you and everything you ever did to me as a child. Alright? I hate you so much. I fucking wanna kill you every day of my life.